What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, looking at the first revealed card from the set, Circuit Break meet Varrel Lord Dragon. If you guys are wondering what Circuit Break is the booster set that is going to be released after Code of the Duelist. So we should see this in the TCG maybe like November-ish. And actually, I believe that this is going to be Revolver's ace monster in the anime. If you guys watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains, obviously we've seen Revolver for like half a second in the anime. It is pretty much confirmed that he's going to be a villain in the show. He's currently like the leader of the Knights of Annoy, so it looks like he's going to have the cover card on the Circuit Break booster set. And I don't know if these are the archetype that he's gonna run. It looks like these guys could be machines. It looks like they could possibly be dragons. The reason that I say dragons, you guys are like, come on, Cap, they're not dragons, they're obviously machines, is because Varrel Lord Dragon, this card right here, that clearly looks akin to like Blowback Dragon or Barrel Dragon. I mean, shit, it even sounds like Barrel Dragon. This card is actually a dragon. So I mean, I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's clearly some type of machine, much like Cyber Dragon or something. No, it's actually a real dragon. So this is kind of interesting. I have to say that I am digging the artwork, because so far I think Revolver is my favorite character on Vrains of the few characters that we've actually met. So it's a Link 4 Dark Dragon, 3000 attack. It's Link 4, and the cursors point left, right, and then diagonal down, left and right. I think it's interesting because a lot of people were predicting, based off Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, that that Revolver's monster, or the main villain of the show, would have a monster that has 3000 attack. And, you know, it ended up being correct. I think people guessed that based on Jack Atlas kind of having the whole Red Dragon being 3000, while Stardust is the typical 2500. So let's see. This guy has 3 effects, and I think they're all actually pretty decent. The first effect is it cannot be targeted by monster effects, so suck it, Trident. The second effect is once per turn, quick effect. You can target one face-up monster on the field. That monster loses 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to this card's activation. Now, this should be able to be used in the damage step. I actually think that's a pretty nice effect, considering that your opponent won't be able to use something like Solemn Strike. Like, that's really important because it can obviously help you get over bigger monsters. The last effect is pretty cool too. It says during the beginning of a damage step in which this card attacks an opponent's monster, gain control of that opponent's monster, placing it in one of this card's link points, but that monster is sent to the graveyard during the next end phase. During the next turn's end phase. That third effect actually seems like it could be really OP, because you're taking your opponent's monster. Yes, I do understand that it is a Snatch Steal effect that is only temporary, but it doesn't say that monster can't attack. And then let's just say, well, let's use Stardust Dragon as an example, right? So you have your Varrel Lord Dragon attack Stardust, you activate the effect, you take Stardust Dragon. Since your opponent doesn't have any monsters on the field, replay occurs, you attack them directly, and then you have Stardust Dragon attack them directly, and then Stardust Dragon will end up basically killing itself. So I see that as like a ridiculously strong effect. I mean, obviously you have to work around mirror forces and battle traps and whatnot, but to me this seems like a very good card, and it has a quick effect that, you know, cannot actually be responded to. It also can't be targeted by monster effects. I think that this is definitely worthy of a cover card, because you guys know there is a tendency in Yu-Gi-Oh! For us to get these terribly unplayable cover cards that look really cool but are kind of impossible to summon and aren't that good. This guy's generic, so I think that we'll definitely be seeing it in a lot of decks. So you guys let me know what you think of Varrel Lord Dragon. If there are any other amazing or just really interesting cards coming out of Circuit Break, I'll talk about those. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.